I'm Jon Swartz. I'm oversee tech coverage for USA Today out of San Francisco. At this show, the show is about products and about meeting people, but the three things you keep hearing and reading about have nothing to do with South by Southwest, which is kind of interesting. They're kind of become mainstream topics. One of them is the always on, working 24 hours a day, no break, no relief in sight. The second one's related to it is the whole idea of the telecommuting controversy at Yahoo, which I have pretty strong opinions about that the more I think about it. And the third one, which is also somewhat related to telecommuting, is Sheryl Sandberg's book, Lean In, which suggests that the women's revolution has stalled and women in corporate America need to, they can have kids, they can have a career, they can do it all, which is sparking a lot of controversy. The one I would mention the most that's getting a lot of talk and buzz is Marissa Mayer's. I guess it was an edict. It was poorly handled, no matter how you look at it. But her idea that certain Yahoo employees were working at home almost exclusively, which, when you think about it, is pretty absurd. I mean, Yahoo's competing with companies that insist that you're there every day. If you work at Google's Googleplex, you are required to be there all the time. That's why they have great food and great medical facilities, gym, everything you would ever want. It's like a city in itself. That's because they don't want you to leave there, because you're supposed to collaborate. Same thing with Apple, and it's fun. I mean, I reach out to people there to ask them about that, and I think Yahoo's been at a competitive disadvantage because they have a certain percentage of their employees who don't produce probably as much as others who are there. I'm not saying that's the case in every situation, but I mean, there seems to be a just imbalance there. You know what? I hate to say it, but I really do believe it, that because both women are CEOs, both CEOs are women, they draw more attention, and I don't think it's fair to them. I think if this were done at Best Buy, which it was done, it won't get nearly as much publicity as it is at Yahoo, because Marissa had a baby. She came back after 2 weeks. I mean, she's trying to set an example. She's trying to do as much as she possibly can, but that makes her a target. It always has. Same thing with Sheryl Sandberg. She just wants to open a dialogue or a national discussion about women in the workplace, which I think is great. And her book actually is pretty self-effacing, and it's not preachy at all. Yet it's been turned into this kind of debate, or turned her into a polarizing figure. I don't think she minds that, actually. I think she's fine as long as people talk about it. The worst thing that could happen is if you just ignored it. But I think it's because they're women, and I really do think they have a different perspective. They stand out in tech because there are so few women CEOs of large companies. I think IBM's and HP are about the only other exceptions among major companies. I think their percentage of women in Fortune 500 companies as CEOs is only 4%, which is pathetically low. So, so be it. Times have to change.